this takes concentration. Try boom in Age of Empires after someone in the game just took the entire fucking water and the stupid monitors have stolen all the TPs from the land. And whilst trying to reach deep into the bag for the extra cheesy Doritos. Now that is a skill.
Right.
This is just a bunch of land players in tight clothes with a room full of gentlemen. What? I think it meant to say gentlemen.
Right.
Looking intently at you. No thanks. I'll take the fame of being the #1 ranked water players in all of Indonesia.
Indonesia being a very heavy water map. Okay, well, thanks, Brookchi.
No worries. I'm here to read out your copy pastas. You're welcome.
So, get creative.
Off we go.
Off we go.
Game #1 in a best-of-3 series here between tabben and IAmSoldieR. This is now the round of 8, the quarterfinals. And we do indeed have... I've just got distracted by something. I apologize, but I see Chrissy is using your avatar. Will, it's catching on.
Yeah. That's my online identity.
You lost it. It's gone.
I use that picture for like everything online.
We all have it now.
So you doing that dilutes the Interjection brand. And if for some reason Interjection, I don't know, I'm going to hold you personally responsible for my identity being stolen in the future.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, there you go. But let's get into this. It is Sue versus the Dutch on a Durondex. You're supposed to say the Ron. A Durondex. We're being told that's how you pronounce it. The Ron is important, apparently. But looks like Dutch going to be okay. 60 food in the bottom here. And tabben is playing the Dutch here. He's going to get some nice treasures early on, which is not always the case versus the Sioux, who roam the map very quickly and can get it from A to B wherever and whenever they want to do so. Has picked himself up a nice Outlaw Rider there, 162 HP and 40 range attacks, pretty good. And and also a Native American Warrior is on the board as well. So he's got himself a Cherokee Rifleman. The Sioux off to a really fast start, lots of units here. And that could prove very frustrating for tabben to have to deal with. 95 wood in the south here. I don't think that was quite scouted by red, so maybe blue will go for that. But red, he has seen it and can quickly get back there. Yeah, he's going to go for that treasure, and I expect we'll see this explorer go right back from whence he came to contest the 95 wood. We'll keep an eye on that. But this is... I don't know how this matchup goes, actually. I suppose I can speculate. But let's see firstly if he gets the treasure. He is back in time. That speed is incredible, isn't it?
It's incredibly speedy. But no, it looks like tabben's got that.
Yep.
And that 95 wood will go his way. But he may pay the price. His explorer getting chased down. The pistolero there. Or is it a... no, it's a rifleman, sorry. Going to go in, and I think that explorer's going down. I think he knows it.
Yeah, that guy's dead. Thankfully, he's quite close to home, so you can pick him up quite quickly once he hits age 2. But not a super big deal for Dutch because they don't need trading posts. They're going to be building banks, so it's not like he needs the Explorer alive to build TPs during transition or something. And he's still got his Envoy here, which he's keeping very close to home and trying to keep alive there. There are a lot of units in the base, though, so it's going to be threatened. So he could be... Yeah, the villager's going to bash down the Cherokee. Wow. He's going to lose his Envoy.
I love that he's going that all in right here with these units, because why not? You're just taking down his Explorer and his dude.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called.
The Envoy.
The Envoy, that's the one. Sorry. And that means he's got no scouting potential.
Exactly.
He's got no treasuring potential.
And that's what he was trying to do. He's forcing the Dutch player to play in the dark, and now the Sioux can really do what they want. They could start with a forward war hut, which is not something we see super often with the Sioux, or maybe he'll go stable like usual in base, but the Dutch player won't know what's going on, so it'll be hard to scout and adapt. So I think the Sioux here, they have a lot of leeway, a lot of flexibility in whichever strategy they'd like to sort of go for, as Dutch won't really be able to see it. But either way, what tabben will have to do is bring these herds in. He's done a nice job of bringing this hunt under his TC, and he's got time to bring this second one in.
He's actually made that one awkward for himself because he's walled them off. So he's got to go around his wall. You saw how they herded there. They actually went to the left rather than going in.
Yeah, they did.
So, yeah.
He should still be able to bring it under control. Like, Sue's is just halfway aged, and they're going to go through the gap, so that's
well,
fine.
there you go.
And they'll go
planned.
They'll path around the coin mine. Yeah, that's why I left the hole, clearly.
Calculated.
Looks like, though, these are not forward villagers. They are, however, going to be grabbing, treasuring whilst he's building the trading post there, and he can pick up the thing afterwards. He knows it won't be stolen since the Dutch explorer is dead on the floor over there, so that's pretty good for him. But I'm interested to see how the Sioux player starts the game. We'll see what he intends to build. Okay, it's going to be...
So can I just make a bold prediction here?
Right.
I think ZeroEmpires is just going to do his stuff, but not necessarily very good or very well against water. But I think tabben will probably make some mistakes. And then when ZeroEmpires wins, everyone will go crazy and say, look, top 8 is so easy to beat.
I recognise that as
I think that's what's going to happen.
I recognise that. You got halfway through that, and I thought, I know that one.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. Neither of these players are particularly sort of water-focused. So we
see the decks. I mean, obviously, we might not see anything in water or full water for either of them here.
Completely land. And the Sioux, not known for their water either. No. Both going to play like pure land, not even any water potential in there. I mean, it doesn't stop them from building a dock if the game does go that way. 70 wood fishing boats on EP are quite nice, but no caravels or anything like that. No. Dutch, first bank now is up. And he's got a barracks coming down just behind that. The Sioux looks like they will be building it will be a forward war hut here. Okay, so not going to be cavalry. Going to be starting with a forward war hut, which is not going to be scouted, not possible by tabben, so he's not going to know what's coming. And this could be quite good for a soldier.
Yeah, his explorer's back up, so he'll see that TP in the middle. And... I mean, he might not be surprised by that, but he doesn't go any further forward and see the war hut, so misses his scouting opportunity there.
He wants to go here. That's what he wants to scout, because that's where you usually see the forward, where you see the military building. When he knows there is no military building here, he'll assume that there is a forward war hut somewhere, so he'll know about it one way or the other.
And look at that. He's getting so much treasuring done here. What's this one? 60 wood as well. So ZeroEmpires really getting a big boost thanks to all these additional treasures, which you can't blame him for. That's very good. Meanwhile, tabben's explorer going to go pass through here and see what might be on the floor. I think he missed the 700 coin. Don't think he saw that.
I don't think he saw that either, you're right. But what he's looking for is a military building, and he's not going to see one, so he'll assume that there's something going on. Let's switch on over to units in queue. We are going to see nothing from ZeroEmpires. This is a ghost war hut. It's just going to sit there and not produce units.
Shenanigans, man. He's already up to 4 banks, so he's doing better than Danielik in his match against Sompokonku.
That is true.
tabben here, even though he, as you say, he's playing in the dark for a while, quite comfortably getting up to 4 banks, not under any immediate pressure at all.
Okay, so Soldier's just going to go with semi-fast fortress without training units, so he's just going to go up to the Fortress Age. And the Sioux are quite good in the Fortress Age, right? They don't need any houses, so they can just start sending military populate units, and they don't have to send 700 wood, right, either, because they won't need to build houses. But the downside of that is that you won't get any XP from building houses, because you know.
But he might get XP from killing lots of things, which is what he's probably setting out to do.
That's true.
That recalc economic population, it's so far ahead already for the Dutch. The banks, of course, being quite considerable. But ZeroEmpires, up to Fortress now. TP's helping, of course, as well. Is that calculated, though? Is the TP's...
No, TPs don't count to it.
So it's probably a bit misleading, that recalc.
This is not a trading... It's not a stagecoach one.
I mean the TPs, not the TPs.
Oh, what, these? Oh, right. the actual TPs. Yeah. They give a slight bonus, but it's like upgrades, right? Hunting dogs doesn't count on the graph either, so why should TPs, I guess. But he is now up. He has got 5 Burkina rifles out there, and I want to take a look at the deck here. So we've got some quite strong shipments, but obviously Sioux, they don't have anything like falconets to really start ramping the pressure up. The Sioux, all of their siege comes from their units. They're actually quite a low siege civilization, really. So the damage he's going to be doing is by killing villages. He's not going to get much siege done here, and
Dutch are playing very close because he's done a really good job herding those hunts right under the TC.
Yeah, and he's
no villagers really straying at all too far away.
He's killed all of them, which is not ideal because obviously they decay, but at least they don't move then, right? Like this is a very safe way to play, but it's also kind of wasteful. But it looks intentional because that is a hell of a lot of animals that are dead. Yeah. So Wakina are slightly stronger, but they do have... Oh, that's not true. They have less range, though. Well, but they do have more attack.
I love what we've started. I mean, I'm just glancing at the chat during this match, and most people are talking about Japanese and Russian and French and German and language, and it's a nice backdrop, really, to the game, I think. The game is a bit of a backdrop to their conversation. But that's what we like to see. The chat is open, and you can chat about whatever you like to chat about, of course.
Yep.
But, yeah, Reuters coming in for tabben now as well. And we've got a lot of units starting to come forward now from Soldier.
Yeah, Soldier's got a lot of Wakina. 32. Like, he's super far ahead in the skirm count after sending 1,000 food just to train them, and 9 as well. So he's doing really, really well here. Dutch is training Reuters in skirms because you always have to be afraid of your opponent's cavalry. But Soldier is not afraid of cav. So given there's so many skirms here, I think we're going to see some sort of cav switch from tabben.
Right.
Not the case just yet. Still training. Oh, that's military units. No, I am right. There
Units
it is.
in queue. Yep, that's it. We've actually got the 4 Hussar out.
And that looks like it's going to be what he wants to go in. But with only 4 Hussar and they're not veteran, they're not going to last long against so many Wakina.
36 Wakina. Elite Wakina. 36 of them. And that's actually a good mass for Soldier there. He's definitely keeping tabben on the back foot.
This is like he's just gotten so far ahead in the skirm
count. What about
count.
cav switch for Soldier as well, though? I mean, obviously the Reuters are a problem, so he might not want to take that.
I would expect sort of like bow riders to defend the Wakina from something like Hussars.
But I just feel like from what I've seen in AoE3, a mono-unit army is never
that strong.
Yeah.
Unless it's a skirmisher, right? Because then you get ahead in the skirm count in what's called the skirm war, and then you sort of never lose.
Right.
But the trouble is, if you do that, you risk being absolutely annihilated by a cav switch. But I don't know. It seems like he's okay. Like it's sort of a cheesy build, just spam nothing but Wakina. But Rifle Riders are pretty good against cavalry.
Too. Okay, not too bad, not too bad.
But that's like Dutch is going to have just needs to get that. He's trying to hide them, right? Like he doesn't want to.
Right in the corner
and
there.
He's going to want to get the veteran upgrade as well. So he sent 4, trained 5, and maybe he'll go in with the next. Like he's got 11. Oh, that's not in queue. Damn it! I keep getting confused.
There we go.
None in queue just yet, but like just waiting, I imagine, for the veteran upgrade, and perhaps, yeah. But he's not got enough wood for that.
Well, Soldier doesn't seem comfortable pushing in, though, even still. You know, he's still a bit cautious. I think the last thing he wants is to overcommit there. And now tabben's actually coming around for a raid on the south side. He's got bored of waiting. He's like, well, if you're not coming in, I'll come to you. Yeah.
And this is just the Sioux style. As I said earlier, they just don't have any siege. So going in to just siege shit down isn't going to work out too well. Like the best thing he has going for him is just sort of like looking for vills and sniping them off. And
he's coming on the flank. He's just deleted all of his walls.
Yeah, that was...
tabben wants to get out.
Yeah,
and he wants to surround this army. That's a lot of Hussar in there.
There's a lot of Hussar, but the Rifle Riders, yes, they're very good against the cavalry here. These skirmishers need to focus them down, so that's what we need to look at.
Right.
And these Rifle Riders, they've got insane rate of fire, but they're going down quickly, and there's not too many Huss left here.
Yeah, the Huss did get took out quite quickly as well. We do see the militia coming out as well, the Minutemen even, just to support this push. And tabben there trying to back Soldier. He's a bit cornered at the moment, but there's more coming in from the back, more Wakina in the back. And I think it looks like Soldier's winning this comfortably.
Yeah, Soldier is for sure winning this, especially with 3 dog soldiers arriving as well. They're going to be really, really strong against the skirms. We're going to need this big Reuter pop now if he's going to hold this. But yeah, it looks like Soldier... that is something Soldier would say.
What a reaction. But yeah, Soldier, like, look at that, 43 military against 0.
Yeah, he's doing just fine. But he's killed 3 villagers as well. But and that sort of evened it up. I don't know if Dutch has been training any whilst that's been happening, but clearly ahead on military here, and all the villagers are going to be belled up inside the TC. 7 skirms, pardon me, 8 do arrive, but with dog soldiers on the board and so many Wakina, it's exactly not going to be enough here. I think Soldier's going to pick himself up a quick win there.
Yeah, 13 minutes, and it looks like that'll be it. Tabben tapping out, or tabbing out. And
I've made that joke before as well. It's quite a good one.
Oh, not original. Yeah, quite easy win for Soldier, but I shouldn't say easy win. That sounds very disrespectful, actually. But
I really like what he did.
It was a straightforward win, I would say.
Yeah, like what enabled him to do that was he built a forward war hut, right? Didn't train any units from it, and as a result, he's now got a war hut, where normally we see Su sort of going for a stable, doesn't train any units, goes straight up to Fortress Age, has a bunch of extra resources perhaps, and then just spams a ton of skirmishes, gets really far ahead in that skirm count, which Dutch is then like suddenly wobbling on their back foot and just not able to keep up with it. Tries to get a Hussar switch to deal with it. Does okay job, but by that point, Soldier's so far ahead and just wins the game.
Yeah, did a really good job. And you even brought out your inner Jonathan Wass as well.
Yeah. Oh dear, the overlay has gone.
Yeah, it's gone nuts. He'll fix it, don't worry.
That's the trouble. There it is. Yeah.
Mendocino up next. And of course, it's now is a best of 3.
He's saying, imagine if they were vet Huss. That's right.
Oh, yes. Right. I think that would have made a big difference, right? And what is the upgrade for veteran? Like, not in cost, but the effect. It's
20%.
20% is
hit points and attack.
Huge.
So,
lovely.
I don't know what the after means, but up next.
After this, we are going to cast Mito versus Optimus Prime. I was hoping we'd get to see that, so we're good.
Okay, and then currently, ESOC is casting Kaiser Klein versus Sompu Kompu. I said that wrong as well. So, two quarterfinal matches here. We'll be casting Mito and Optimus Prime, and Kaiser will also be playing as well. So
Kaiser and Sompu's already going over on ESOC now. That's ESOC TV. And if you want to support this event and contribute to the prize pool, then 50% of the donations to ESOC will be given to the prize pool. So you can do that over at ESOC TV as well. I'd recommend having both streams open, so you can mute ours or mute theirs, but as long as you've got both open, you won't miss a thing.
After this, right, so we're continuing to cast this.
Yes, after the series between Soldier and Tabben, we'll be casting Mito and Optimus Prime.
Yeah, don't worry, Mito, we're not casting you just yet. Sorry, I'm getting in all these best of ones. I felt like it was...
Best of ones!
Did I say that? Did I say that?
I don't know what you said. That's what I decided to hear.
Jonathan Rossing again. Jonathan Wassing.
Yes.
But, no, I'm so used to these best of...
Breast of ones.
Yes. These breasts of one that I thought the game was over. But actually, we will be still casting Tabben versus Soldier. That's what the after meant. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're in the lobby. Mendocino is our next map. It is match point because Soldier picked up the win in Game 1. And I think, with the politics of what's been happening over the last weeks with obviously New World Championship qualification and all that stuff, I think Tabben's probably feeling a bit of pressure here to win this series, because I think he probably needs to feel like he needs to prove that he has earned his place at the LAN in his top 8. And, I feel like he's probably got a lot of pressure on himself in this series. I have no idea. It's speculation. I know I would if I was in Tabben's position.
Yeah, you've just qualified through, unusual means, and people are speculating about, who and who shouldn't be there. And Soldier could well be one of those players at the top 8 had the brackets been seeded differently.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this seems like a big match, and that you're going to want to prove something, right?
Yeah, I think there's definitely something on the line, something to prove here. And before we do get into this match, I want to say if you want to support Escape and our casting, we're actually doing show matches every Sunday on this channel, Age of Empires 3 every Sunday. You can support us with a subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe for free.
And if you're a student and you don't have Amazon Prime yet, and if you live in most European countries, you can get Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah.
And then you can come and subscribe.
Then you can subscribe, you can get our beautiful emotes, you can join Team Escape, and you can support the channel and support what we're doing in the community to continue to broaden the Age of Empires 3 exposure and scene, I guess. That's what we're trying to do here.
But as we said, every Sunday we do show matches, and next Sunday, obviously not today, we do have Look Tom versus Kick-Ass, the Brazilian special. So that'll be fun. That'll be a best of 9. It'll be played on the ESOC Patch. And it will be the very first SmackDown casted on Escape.
On this channel, yeah, right here. So if you're not following us, do make sure you drop a follow and you'll get an email notification when we go live. We do typically stream Age of Empires 2 on Fridays and Saturdays, but Sundays are reserved for AoE3. And of course, we will be streaming all of the New World Championship LAN finals on this channel as well, which will be in July.
Yep.
And in fact, while we're on the topic of New World Championship, we have been mentioning this quite a lot today.
Yep.
If you are coming to the New World Championship, if you would like to come to the New World Championship, then you can. We will be opening our doors. You will be welcome to watch the finals live with all of the 8 players that qualified here in the studio. But you do need to buy a ticket.
Yep. That is for sure what you need to do. We've not sold too many yet, so I think in the next couple of days I'm going to...
the bot's broke. I'm going to link it in the chat.
I wondered what you were doing there.
I want to link in the chat where you can buy your tickets for the New World Championship final. We're actually doing an ESOC 2 tournament in August, and we've already sold 20 tickets in like the last 4 or 5 days. But in the chat there's a link where you can find out more information about New World Championship. And you can see, we've built a website for this as well, so you can see all of the fixtures, you can see everything you need to know. It's in 31 days, 20 hours and 28 seconds. You can see the groups, you can see the brackets, you can see player profiles, you can see the prize pool, a lot of information there. But most importantly, the tickets. You can purchase a ticket, and you will be required to purchase a ticket to attend, because we will be providing food and drinks for you during the tournament, which is 4 days long.
Yeah, the ticket basically it's not for profit. It just covers the costs of cleaning and food, as you said. It basically includes lunch and the evening meal for 4 days. So it's pretty good value, actually. But we are beginning Soldier versus tabben game number 2. The score is currently 1-0, as you can see, to Soldier there. It looks like we will have tabben playing again as the Dutch here. I think this is a strong civilization of his, and he can absolutely play it again. It's how the New World Championship civs rules works, and that's good for him. And this is the Underused Cup, remember. Soldier will be playing the Chinese.
He will, and he's also leading 1-0.
That's right. So China is not a civ Soldier's traditionally played all that much. He's very good with, his France and Germany, and he's British, and he's sort of like a vanilla kind of guy.
Okay.
But I have recently seen him streaming a lot more, and it's not to say that he's never played China before, but I'm sure he's played around and messed around. The game's been out. He's been around for over 10 years, playing Age 3 now, right? I think longer than that, actually. Basically, what I'm saying, though, is more recently he's been playing China a bit more, seriously. Been playing a lot more of different civs, just sort of playing around and having fun. So I think Soldier's in a good spot. He's been recently, at least.
I like the heh from tabben in the chat.
Yeah.
Just sort of, mirroring each other. Did he perhaps steal a treasure or something? Is that maybe what happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he stole a treasure.
Oh,
he stole the 90 coin from Soldier, and he got the heh in the chat. Funny stuff. But yes, as you're saying, Soldier playing some more sort of varied civs, not just the vanilla civs. And Chinese versus Dutch. I think this is an interesting matchup, one that I've not actually seen before, I think, during the New World Championship qualies.
Qualies, I love that. It's quite interesting, actually, and we see a forward village here, so we could well see something aggressive from China, because these can be used as a spawn point for your home city shipments, which might be interesting. Maybe China will do something with the 7-step rider shipment that they have access to. We could just see something like that come out. But traditionally, the way these civs are played is China very much likes that fast fortress. That's the style they're sort of very, very strong at. And more recently, the fast industrial or semi-fast industrial. We might see some like early Fortress Age stuff, but then promptly going up to the industrial age, which makes China quite an exciting civ to watch, I think. But Dutch traditionally also quite like to go up to the Fortress Age, but given that he's not expecting any early pressure, although that may not be true because of the forward war hut, we could see Dutch go for some sort of semi-FF where they make 5 cav from a stable during transition, and we could see those cavalry trying to run China ragged, because often that's what you need to do against China. They're trying to age, they're being very greedy, they don't train or send any shipments, and your cavalry can just bell up all those villages all day long, which is really what you want.
Right.
We'll have to see what it is that they actually do, and I'm quite looking forward to how this forward village will come out, because clearly, you don't waste all those villager seconds just to build it in the middle of the map for no reason.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at the bets right now. It's early days. There's still 2 minutes left to bet, and of course we have had betting this whole time. We've not really acknowledged it yet today.
That's true.
But Soldier, massive lead in the betting at the moment. I will see how that develops over the next 2 minutes. But yes, already we can see tabben going up to the Colonial Age very quickly, and ZeroEmpires holding off on that upgrade for a little longer right now. Maybe it will be a semi-FF or a naked FF from him, even with that forward village. Perhaps it's a ghost village, similar to the ghost war hut last time.
Right, well, it just builds a forward village and it makes ZeroEmpires think something.
Mind games.
So, I don't... true, I guess we'll find out soon. Either way, what it has done, he has to build it anyways for the Northern Refugee shipment. So he's got... has he got any more?
Well, Maito in the chat is saying, ooh, the forward village build. So I think he knows something that I don't, which, isn't surprising, given that he's Maito.
Yeah, Maito's Chiv. One of Maito's best civs is China for sure, isn't it? Okay, well, ZeroEmpires is now up. Let's see what he has in mind. I'm expecting something like 7 step riders, something like that. We will have to see. I'm just expecting military shipments in general, not necessarily. I'm sorry I said hair. There was a bit of chat going on. I know. They were discussing how BM or not the hair was.
Surprisingly controversial, hasn't it? I'm actually shocked that this has been so controversial, but
they're just playing. They're both
oh, I know that,
friendly.
but I mean the people in the chat are genuinely like, is this BM?
Do you accept my apology? Oh, thank God. Yeah.
I can't do without you.
All right. But ZeroEmpires, bank wagon first. So I think this is tabben rather, bank wagon first. So as I said earlier, 2 options, 700 wood or a bank wagon. And I think the bank wagon is more of a response to, aggressive stuff. And a stable in the back, which we'll be training hussars from. And with the hussars, I expect him to try and bell up the villagers, like I said. But we'll see how this goes, because forward village, although no war academy or anything like that.
And, he did, he aged with the Confucius Academy. So, Banner Army to come. But, the TP's up there in the middle as well. And we are waiting to see what comes next, because that shipment is on the way. Yeah,
some other thoughts about this is it'll also be in effect once China does eventually hit the Fortress Age, and you can use this as a jumping off point for all of your forward Fortress Age shipments as well. So that's another useful thing for it there. But 700 wood coming from tabben.
700 coin from ZeroEmpires. It will be an FF.
Okay.
And it will be a naked FF at that, pretty much.
It is a ghost village after all. It's just going to be used in the Fortress Age, I suppose. But yeah, just going to go straight up to the Fortress Age here. And we're going to see exactly only 3 hussars, though. I guess that is the trouble when you play Dutch, because building the banks, so they're quite expensive, right? They're 300.
Well, this is something I was thinking about, actually. The fact that, those hussar coming in, though, he will have to idle these villas and, like you say, force them back in. And they might get a couple of picks, too. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought she was dead. I thought she was a goner. Sentry's been called. But, I was thinking the Dutch, when you watch them play, they do normally play that sort of turtley style, sort of hiding behind their banks. And that sort of is similar to how you see the Chinese playing with this FF. And I think that makes for an interesting match.
Yeah, the difference being that I think Dutch knows that in this matchup, they're the ones that have to do something. Otherwise, China's just going to go up for free. Here, he almost killed a villager and forced some idle time, but with only with but what he can do is he hasn't placed his wonder just yet, right? And there'll be 8 villagers on it, and if he's got enough cav, he can force all the 8 villagers off the wonder and into the TC. So he wants to bell these vills up and delay the age up as much as he can.
Right, but
the trouble was
he
started with only 3 hussars rather than 5. If you have 5 hussars, you can challenge the sentries, because the sentries are quite they're not very strong. 5 hussars will actually take out the sentries, but given he started with only 3, he's not been able to be, do as much.
One thing I have to criticize about AoE3 is the way building works. You can't just put your villagers on one side; they just spread out. And so, if you want to have more villagers building in safety, it's just not possible.
Yeah, but maybe that's like a good or interesting thing that changes the game up as well. Either way, though, that's just how it is. It's the way I've come to expect it to be. Village does go down, though, in the center. tabben sends his 8 pikemen here, so that's not an ideal shipment to send, but it will allow him to clean this up for free. So he's gotten some value out of it, and he's going to get the trading post as well, which will make probably the pikes absolutely worthwhile. Usually, we only see them as a reaction to your opponent training cav. Ideally, you don't want to send this shipment; you just want to get up to the Fortress Age and have more of the strong ones available. But here, it looks like it's doing some work.
Yeah, absolutely. And tabben now has to back up a little bit. There's the pikes there and the Chukonu. He's got his first banner army out by the looks of it. And I wonder, how many villages did he lose? I think he's lost 2 or 3 vills so far. 3 vills.
And a village and a TP, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, very good. And TP's going to go down too. But the...
Oh, and that treasure is up for grabs still.
Oh, hello.
The Explorer died trying to get it.
135 XP, I wouldn't say no to that. Yeah, tabben way ahead now in the score. Soldier about to hit Fortress though. See how this fight goes under the TC here. And it looks like it's an easy cleanup for tabben.
Yeah, especially with the 8 pikes, just the extra stuff mixed in. But he's going to get up to the Fortress Age with the Arquebusier as he went up with the... not the Porcelain Tower.
Well, which is not all too scary, to be honest, given that you've got 6 or so Hussar there.
Yeah, and calling the sentries at the same time. That's true. Like, the Hussars are going to be able to do good work against this. But he has got the villagers, and he's just sort of trying to tank with them. And he can use the TC fire to bring down these cav quickly as well. But at least he's aging up with units rather than perhaps without. Otherwise,
right. But this is awesome for tabben, right? Like, he's
true.
getting so much done with this small army, and he's keeping Soldier, like you said, idling in the TC, belled up, and he's basically diminished whatever army Soldier did have. He's got 1 Arquebusier left.
Yep.
But Changdao Swordsman coming out.
So he's done a good job. He cleaned up the units as they arrived. Because imagine the Changdao, if they arrived and combined with the Arquebusier, then suddenly you can't get to them. So he's killed them all off before the Changdao were even able to arrive. So you're absolutely right. He's done a lot of damage there. And he killed 3 villages and the TP in the village. So that's really good. So he's achieved what he needs to do in that early Colonial Age portion. And now we move into the next phase of the game where tabben will also go up to the Fortress Age to be in the same age as his opponent.
And he's got to be going Skirm here, right? And Reuter, I mean, it's just the combo. But I think that's going to be super effective. I mean, Changdao Swordsman, what are they going to do?
Yeah, and he might be going like double. Yeah, he's going double stable, single barracks. And we'll see probably a second barracks later once his economy's improved a bit. But also remember, he's not got any Fortress Age shipments coming because he sent the 8 pikes, and he's nearly there now that these units have just spawned, beefing up that XP bar. So he's going to be a bit behind in shipments, but he's got some Reuters out and a couple of skirms. 8 skirms. Oh, he had a shipment in queue, right? There was one already on the way.
That makes sense. He should have been ahead because of the TP, of course, as well. So that does make sense. True. Now he's got another shipment on top of that. So that looks good for tabben, honestly. He's got a lot of strong units here.
Don't count China out, though. They are so strong, and they receive so many units. It just seems like...
Not counting them out, just saying it's looking good.
I have said before that they pull them out of their anal cavity. That's where they store all the units. It's really quite surprising how they get them through customs.
That's not right. They store their armies up their sleevesies.
Yes. Yeah. not their sphinxteries. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
That's
let's not go down that hole. Do you hear that?
I'm not going down any holes, Will. You're the one suggesting it.
All right.
Oh, dear. Consulate coming up.
Consulate is coming up indeed.
And that's where they'll get some more units from, believe it or not.
Yep, they can start spending that export that they've been stacking the whole game, and indeed it'll allow the intervention shipment to be quite effective. 7 skirms coming in.
You know, earlier I threatened to mute you. I should have done it right then. That was my opportunity.
There you go, yeah. That would have been good. You could have... I was trying to come up with another joke, but I couldn't think of one in that time. Never mind. Right, this is where tabben is now ready to go. Right, 7 skirms just arrives, and I think with that, that's going to mark go time. Right, this is a good timing. So, going to come in with a big skirm mash. Let's switch it over to skirm mash. It sounds like cheesy mash or
sounds like something you'd do before you ferment it and turn it into delicious beer.
Right. More on that later.
In he comes.
Does pick
villager
up a
going down. Second villager down. Third villager down. They're dropping like flies.
And we're probably going to see a Chinese shipment. I expect something like meteor hammers, something very strong. Villager comes back out there. God, this is ballsy.
I know, right? Got to get that food. Winter's coming.
Hops back inside. Maybe it was a debate, just try and like... if you get the units in just in time, like as the unit
they waste
fires,
their shots, I guess.
A whole volley, yeah.
Well, tabben there. Does have to go back. What do we got there? Is that meteor hammer or is that flail? What's the flail unit there? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, it's the disciplined iron flail.
The ranged melee cav.
Lovely stuff. But keeping the Reuters back, noticeably. Keeping them way back. Which is interesting, right? Like, he's gone for this double stable build, but the Reuters haven't even really...
That's actually, that's the standard way to play Skirm Goon. The Skirms are always up front fighting, and you have to keep your Goons back in because they take double damage, for example, from the skirmishers. So they're just there really to play a defensive role, and if the fight really gets started, they'll come in. You just want to abuse that skirmisher range.
Flying Crow and Spies.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Not for long, though.
The Spies...
Perfect timing for the Explorer to come in.
The Spies are really unusual, actually, because I think he's gotten them from the British consulate.
Yeah.
Was that a mistake? I don't know. They just seem like a quite a poor choice when you could send, more redcoats. I'm wondering if it was a misclick, because what Spies do is they're quite strong. They go stealth, but they've only got 5-hand attack. They're quite good against mercenaries. They have a ×20 multiplier, but there are no mercenaries.
Vision as well. They just get in there. You might not notice them. It might give you some vision, but the Flying Crow's getting involved. Doing quite a bit of damage there to those skirms. The Meteor Hammers coming in, the Iron Flails up front as well. And of course, tabben's trying to take those down with the Reuters, but has to keep the Reuters back out of range of those Chengdu swordsmen as well. Tabben on the back foot, on the retreat right now, but he does still have the larger mass of units.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of sort of just kiting back, trying to stay out of range of that Flying Crow. And oh dear, the Changdaos have found themselves on top of the Reuters, which is not too good. And the cavalry also getting some damage in there as well.
Good for tabben, though.
But it is good for tabben in the sense that, GG coming in, the cav are not on the skirmishes. And looks like tabben will pick up game number 2 to even the score out to 1-1. This is
a bit of a premature GG from Soldier, maybe? Do you think? I mean, I've seen players come back from worse. He's still got 40 military on the field. He might not have had the best fight, but... maybe he's thinking he doesn't really have an answer to this.
Yeah, he could have played it out a bit longer, but that fight was really, really good for Blue.
Yeah, the Huss coming in would have been huge as well. The Chengdaos are all dead.
As well as Cav Combat, which affects Reuters and Hussars. So
those Huss would have got straight up onto the Arquebusier, maybe even taken the Crow out. It's half health. And there you go. GG, it's 1-1. Exciting series, and quite a nice game, actually. Quite a quick game.
China does have a dragon in their flag. Very well observed, Jess.
Good job. Oh boy, I can't wait for our LAN. We've got some special stuff planned for the LAN.
Oh yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah. You just don't want to say it right now. I don't want to say it
because it's a surprise. Everyone's going to lose their shit when they watch the LAN and be like, oh my god.
That's right.
This is the future of Age of Empires 3 right here.
Yeah, we're going to have the players playing chess and guess who.
Not the future. Definitely not the future. You know, I had this idea, right? I was thinking, so we were thinking about feeding all the players and how we're going to do it, because obviously we're going to be hiring food vans and stuff. And I was thinking, well, what if we got some grills? And by that I mean actual grills, not
right.
The female variety.
I thought for a moment you were going down
Maybe
the line.
Maybe grill is female in French. You never know.
Oh, that's. But we need to know if a European language, German, French, any, is a grill masculine or feminine?
Yeah.
Go on.
But I was thinking we could have a grill off outside. Like we get 3 barbecues, and we put the players in teams of 2.
Right.
And the team that can cook the most meat fastest wins.
Right.
And we just get them to do all the cooking.
Okay,
just turn it into a game,
take
make it
competitive spirit,
and then that's it. We've got all the food we need. They cook for everyone. The problem with that is you probably end up with some uncooked meat, and then
people are churning them out too quickly, or too many burgers.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. Yeah. I like the other idea, the grill. I got something else in mind when I think of grill off. That's. I'm imagining cheerleaders walking the players onto the stage with, just like.
Give me a T, give me an A, give me a B.
Tabben, is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, I was going there. Yeah, but I'm not being biased here. I could do it for Soldier too, but I should stop. Who the hell sends 11 Changdaos? Good question. Soldier did, and
Soldier does.
It didn't work out too well for him. Tabben's going to be right back. Just going for a quick bath here.
Yeah.
And looks like we're going to see the civ picks momentarily.
Yeah, the ESOC stream is also out of game right now.
Yes,
they've got Kaiser versus Sompu, and the score there is, I don't know.
1-0, I think. I think they just finished the first game.
Who won that?
I don't know.
1-0 for Kaiser Klein, it says in the chat.
Yeah, 1-0 for Kaiser. over on ESOC TV.
Okay. So, this is cool. This is cool. There's 2 games going, and you can watch back the other one later. Maybe we shouldn't be spoiling the results of the other games in case people do intend. But
well, it's a one-day live tournament.
Yeah,
you're gonna get spoiled if you're watching, the next round.
That's true. Yeah, you're gonna know who progressed through. That is true.
Exactly. But we could maybe look at the brackets. They might have been updated.
Oh, that's
by
a good idea.
Because they have. The whole round of 16 is updated. Let's take a look at the brackets, Ham. There it is.
Oh no, it's stretched again. That's the trouble with Mendocino.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh well, it looks fine. I like it.
It does look fine. So there you go. Round of 16. Lord Raphael moves forward against Jeramuno, making it against B winner, who will face him in the round of 8. Obviously, Maito moving forward, Optimus Prime moving forward. We watched that game, Optimus Prime versus A's.
And we'll up next, after this series that we're casting now, we will actually have Maito versus Optimus Prime.
Yep.
And the winner of that will play probably Lord Raphael, but B winner, he's still quite good, but I do wonder if he can keep up with the caliber of Lord Raphael. No offense to B winner, who, by the way, I just want to say he won the SmackDown, which I posted earlier today, and his prize of $50 he wanted to donate to Escape. So I did that earlier in the day.
Lovely stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, B winner.
Yeah. So then we've got Kaiser versus Sompu Kunku, which is going on right now on ESOC TV. That is live on ESOC right now. And then further down the list, we've got our match, which we're casting. Obviously, Tabben made it past Conqueror, Soldier making it past Gib. And then that's it. We're going to be into the semis after that. Exciting stuff.
Yep, so we're casting that one on the bottom. As Zach said, the one just above that is on ESOC.
And then is ESOC going to be doing the top one then? If we go right to the top, they're going to be doing the... right to the top, Ham. Are they going to be doing the Lord Raphael versus B-winner match?
I would assume we'll not have time and that we'll move on to the next round. But we'll find out, because Comet K and Robo will be figuring the logistics out. But we are ready to get into the next game of this series. The score is 1-1.
It's match point.
It is
on Manchuria.
It is match point for sure. That Dutch flag is not faded out.
It is. It's faded.
Oh, it is faded. It's just because they're in a different order. From
It is weird. It is weird. I agree with that. But yes, this is the deciding game in this best of 3. Tabben versus Soldier. Tabben going to be on the Chinese, and Soldier taking the Ottomans in the Underused Cup.
Let's see how this pans out. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the top of the map in the color blue, we do have Tabben playing as China. This time reversing... I mean, last time we saw Soldier playing China. Here we see Tabben. Let's see what he can do with them. It is a fixed crate start, as always, for China, and it looks like he is going to go and build a trading post with his Explorer there, which is now heading to the top of the map. And I like the sort of angle he's taking through the middle, but he's not going to find any yaks, which is what he was sort of going for there. But let's see what the Ottoman player is up to. Soldier, he, as always, is going to be building a trading post since he is playing as the Ottomans. There it is. And it's just going to use that yak there to scout the back of its base. Very safe.
Is that a yak in the back?
The yak in the back side.
I like it. Scouting with animals, such a favourite pastime of any Age of Empires
That's
game.
A classic Age of Empires thing, isn't it?
If that isn't in AoE4, I'll be disappointed, honestly.
The
sheep have eyes too, you know. And if they're part of your empire, then you should be using them.
Yep. It's common knowledge. That's how people scouted back in the day.
Sure. Now, there is water on this map, but it's something we've not seen. We've not seen any water so far today, in fact. Very little water action, even on maps that have got a water presence. So we will see if that comes in. But again, with the Chinese and the Ottomans, I almost feel like that's unlikely to happen. Maybe the Ottomans could go for it, actually.
Ottoman can fish boom. That's something that they have been known to do.
In fact, it makes a lot of sense given their village limitations, right?
Yeah, and he's got a lot of fishing potential here. But equally, we could see the Schooners card, Silk Road, and maybe a land agenda. But he's got all the tools he needs to go on water, right? He's got 3 galleys, 2 galleys, and a frigate. And Ottoman is actually quite a strong civ on water because of these 2 Fortress Age shipments. Most civs only get 1 frigate, but here they get 3 galleys, which is of a comparable sort of effectiveness. And also one warship upgrade there as well if he needs it.
What about tabben? I'm guessing no water for him, but I might be completely off. Yeah, no water.
So no water potential in there. So that could be an issue if his opponent tries to take the sea. He's not going to have any way to contest it. But China do have that really strong fast fortress, and his pressure on the land could be enough.
Well, you got to think, if Soldier does go for some water here, then that's definitely going to slow down his land aggression. You know, he's investing that wood into a dock, into fishing ships, and he's not actually perhaps coming forward and you know, building a barracks or a stable or whatever, and artillery foundry perhaps, and actually coming forward and being aggressive. So could give tabben the breathing room he needs to fast fortress and then push from there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're going to fish boom, you can't be aggressive at the same time, can you? He might be able to build a dock and maybe train some like 5 cav like we saw last time, try and go and bell up the villagers like I said about. Perhaps he'll do that whilst building a dock. But yeah, you can't like spam units at them and be super aggressive, right? It's just not going to happen. But we'll see what happens. This villager looks like he's heading out into the wilderness. I think he's going towards the coast, Zach.
May very well be, and we will see. I mean, we did actually see in the game earlier on with Sompu, I think he had a villager chopping wood right next to the shoreline for the whole game, never built a dock.
That's true.
So it looks like he's actually just herding.
Yeah, he didn't know the herb was there. I think he just guessed it would be, so sent a villager out that way. Was lucky, he does get that. He's able to start bringing it in. But let's see what they're going up with. Soldier, the governor. So this is going to be 200 coin and an outpost, which is usually tips us off that they're going to fast fortress. So I think Soldier has something Fortress Age orientated in mind. If not, we usually see 400 wood. So that's the case. And also building a second trading post here during transition as well.
Yeah, and tabben going up with
Summer Palace, I would expect.
Yep.
There it is.
In all its glory.
Yep.
Quite majestic, isn't it?
It's quite, especially like the foundations and stuff, all the wood. Looks quite good. But yeah, that's going to be producing banner armies for him.
Very slowly, mind, but it's something.
But banner armies all the same, that's right. I mean, once it actually pops the units, if you figure out how many resources per second it is, it's actually sort of not too bad in terms of economy. It's worth like a couple of villages.
Oh, right.
But it's obviously, you don't get those resources as a trickle, do you? They sort of appear in blocks and
right.
It's not like you get any benefit until they actually arrive. So you can't really think of it as resources per second. But yeah, tabben, he's gone with the standard northern refugees. This game he's built 2 villages, whereas in the Soldier game previously we only saw the 1. And that's going to give him an extra villager because you get 1 from the village and 1 from the town centre. So that's 3 in total.
Yeah.
Or is that, I think, something like that. Actually, no, I think he built the trading post there, so I was wrong. He's built that during transition just now.
Right. But, yeah, we will see perhaps the 700 coin coming in for, or is it 600 for the Chinese? Yeah, it is 700 coin. There it is, right there.
Yep.
For both players, actually. And similar sort of build for both players, actually, looking at the shipments sent and the current situation. But Soldier, much faster here to click up. He's already on the way up to Fortress now, as well as sending 700 wood as well.
And that's just the nature of Ottoman. They will always be faster to colonial simply because they don't have to wait for that final villager to train. They don't spend any food on villagers. They're just always faster to colonial and are therefore faster to whatever other age they want to do as well. 700 coin coming in, and then the wood, very standard fast fortress stuff. Get that age up in, and then go up, by the looks of it, with the Exiled Prince, which isn't quite so standard, actually. We usually see Ottoman go up with an actual, maybe some 4 hussars or some Abbas guns. I think because he's got the second trading post in here, he knows that he will have a shipment by the time he reaches the fortress age, almost.
Just about, yeah.
And that means, you can age fast then, since you can start sending shipments. But usually we wouldn't see that, so Soldier up very, very quickly, which is not the usual. And China also going to naked FF as well, just slightly slower, as I said.
So here's a question for you. What about Underused Cup 2, where you remove 5 civilizations that were most played in Underused Cup 1?
Yeah.
You've got 4 civs left.
I don't know if people would want to play that then. There'd be so few. It'd be like, if it just happened to be like Aztec and maybe some other civ left, then than whoever's good at playing Aztec, who's had a lot of experience with
doesn't work, does it?
the tournament.
No, okay, never mind. Just thought.
But there are there's going to be some really cool formats coming up. I won't spoil them just yet, but there's some good stuff planned for the hidden cups, not hidden cups. You know what I mean.
I think E3 started now, by the way. We may be missing it at the moment.
Okay.
But that's fine. We'll check it out later.
Yeah, my thoughts were once this is over and we host ESOC, we'd probably end up watching E3 as something we need to do anyway, as a group.
Yes.
But Doc does go down, Zach. We are in luck here. And this seems like why he's aged up fast. He's aged up quickly to send that 1,000 wood ASAP. And with that wood, he's able to get the dock down, and he's going to be able to train lots of fishing boats from it. So I wonder if that's why he aged fast. Just so that he could get the dock down ASAP, as well as this sort of town centre foundation, it seems. Also, oh, pardon me, I didn't notice this. We got distracted. There's also a barracks and an outpost on the side here, locking down the coast. So that's what Soldier's spending his wood on. Forward barracks, outpost, dock, town centre, and the mosque as well to get a little bit of extra XP. So 1,000 wood being invested there. Not going to be super aggressive. Soldier going for a more eco-focused auto FF. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. Tabben, on the other hand, though, is at home, and he is now up to the Fortress Age, and is starting to train military units. I think that's his first batch arriving just there. A couple of meteor hammers, pardon me, iron flails, and meteor hammers, both. So let's see how this pans out. Tabben is going to have to do something. He is the aggressor. He needs to set the pace of the game because Soldier has decided to drop a dock and is starting to build a second town centre. So, yeah, it's on Tabben to do something here. But Soldier, he is going to abuse the fact that he can get Falcons very early on. And this isn't much later than you'd normally get them since he aged fast, I suppose. But, yeah, he's got enough Jans to do a bit of early damage here. I don't know if he's going to be able to take out the Summer Palace, but he's certainly going to force an early fight from Tabben.
Isn't it? Yeah, Tabben's coming over. I mean, he's going to take a big hit if he comes too close to those Falcs. Those units just sort of shrugging it off.
Calling sentries.
So here we go. He's got some cavalry in the back there as well.
That's a lot of stuff.
And I think he's going to try and surround this. He's coming in from all sides, going straight up to the cannons, no fear, getting in there, and I think he'll take them out quite quickly and then turn onto the Jans and clean it up.
Yeah, a couple more Jans coming in. He does have veteran Janissaries in here. And I think he paid, a reasonable amount to take down those Falcs, but they did go down all the same.
Intervention coming in too, though. Redcoats to follow up.
And this is what I mean about China. It's just hundreds and hundreds of units. And given Soldier's start with the 1,000 wood, I thought this looked all right. But China, they've just gotten so many resources and units that actually it doesn't look all right. And starting with 1,000 wood may not have been, to follow up so quickly with units and be aggressive with them. Such a good idea. Soldier going to lose both the cannons and the Jans.
Well, that's painful. He's down to 0 military, then just popping back up to 13 with a shipment of 8 Janissary and a batch of 5, I think, coming out at the same time. So, yeah, he's really struggling here. And obviously, Arquebusier as well, a skirmisher unit, quite effective against the Jans.
Yeah, for sure. Especially now that the Falconets have gone, right? That was the thing that was making the Arquebusier not so good.
Yeah. So what do you think for Tabben then? Do you think he goes over now to the TPs, try and takes them down? Obviously, I mean, he doesn't need to really pay much attention to the water because he's dominating on land, it feels.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't think he will take the trading posts out just because they're not stagecoach. They're not really supplying too much of an eco bonus.
Right.
And they're not taking them out won't really do too much. What he is going to do is raid here, which is really nice. He's going to just try and take down villages, force these Jans home. And in the meantime, I think he's just looking to stack up units, which he's doing. He's got 10 Arquebusier now just coming in. And with those units, I think we'll see him come over perhaps to the forward barracks, try and take down these buildings, try and get some villager kills. And maybe he will try and kill one of these 2 TCs.
What do you think about the opportunity for Tabben to add some siege as well? Because I feel like, a couple of Falcons of his own could be quite effective here too. He hasn't seen any Abbas guns so far, and there is no artillery foundry. Of course, we can see there is a 5 Abbas gun shipment, but, to take down these buildings perhaps, this forward TC could be quite easily targeted.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of siege, they do okay. Changdao,
I guess he's got Changdao, yeah.
Changdao, pretty good sieging units.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think Chinese cavalry always have a surprising amount of siege. No, that's the steppe.
The Redcoats don't have bad siege, do they? I think they're okay.
Muskets are pretty good sieging
yeah,
units.
that's okay.
So, like, he's able to siege. It's not like he's got a Skirm Goon here, which just is quite bad at sieging. But, yeah, let's see what he can do here then. So, Town Centre, remember, Minutemen can be called here. He's got 5 Abbas guns in, as you said. And some Janissaries as well.
Well, the racks went down just after the 5 Jans popped, but they popped on top of that army and instantly died. Soldier there still just massively outnumbered. The Flying Crow coming in from the back, and tabben taking a huge fight there, and again getting way ahead. 55 mil versus 15, and the Flying Crow now deploying on the TC while Soldier calls GG.
Quite a well-placed hare, actually.
I think so too.
It comes at just the right moment, just at the same sort of time where Soldier originally came in here. But GG, tabben does pick up the win and goes through and proves to us that he is definitely qualified to be in the top 8.
Well deserving.
Yep, well deserving indeed. And we'll go on, what were the brackets? Can you show us?
Oh, sorry, yeah. He is going to go on to the round of 8. Sorry, round of 4, which is the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think he's a bit further down in the list.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh yeah, right at the bottom.
Yeah, right at the bottom. He's going through.
There he is. He's going to play against Kaiser.
That's been updated. Okay.
And Kaiser takes a 2-0 off Sompu, proving, I think Sompu's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
And Kaiser able to 2-0 him there. I think Kaiser's showing his strength as well.
For sure.
So this will be fun.
Man,
this is
exciting.
This is almost another New World Championship match.
In a way, yeah. Tabben Kaiser, that's going to be interesting. Obviously, if we look at the New World Championships, you can see Tabben and Kaiser are not actually in the same groups for the New World Championship main event.
Yeah.
So we'll see them clashing here, but it's not really going to represent anything for the LAN.
Yeah.
And then we've actually got Maito and Optimus Prime, and then Lord Raphael versus B Winner, I think, will be on ESOC.
Okay.
I think, but we'll see about that.
Let's go down out of this game and find out what's going on then. I'm sure we'll be told. But